try now.
Test 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3.
There we go. We got
Can
you.
you hear me now?
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right,
we
we're
got
playing
you.
with it. We're playing with it. We're playing with some computers. So I'm gonna read something to you real fast here. Okay. This was something I grabbed a year ago or so, maybe before that. But 15 ideas that will give you more life, love, and energy. I'm gonna prove a point here in a minute. Okay. Fear less, love more. Learn all you can about things that interest you. Ignore that which doesn't. Think deeply, but not for long. Soar but simulate. Act. Give freely. Allow yourself to accept abundance. Love even more. Speak and behave as if you're already there. Whatever in your mind you desire, there is. Do not tolerate negativity. Drink lots of water. Play great music loudly. At some point today, dance your ass off. Anytime someone makes an offensive comment, look at them, tell them that wasn't funny. Expect the best from yourself and those around you, and work your ass off and crush it. All right, so look, I'm gonna delete that because that's some bullshit. Someone posted this with some picture a long time ago on Facebook. It got like a bazillion likes because you guys love motivation. You read that, you get inspired, you share it, then you take no action. You make the same amount of money, you got the same friends, you've actually not improved anything in your life. Fast forward 5 years, you're fatter, you're older, you're dumber. You ain't got nothing better. Okay, you actually got more debt, you got more bills, you got more stress, more pressure, and you're no different. So that's what people are doing. That's the life everybody's leading right now. And so one of the things you have to do is, like, if you're actually going to grow and go, right? One of the two. People say you either grow or die. Most of you guys are dying. Okay? And if it's not you, if you're the person going forward, what about the guy next to you? What about the girl next to you? What about your kids, your spouse, the person you're sleeping with at night? Because everyone's heard that you are the sum of the 5 people in your circle. So is your circle the same? You know, if your friends from high school are still your friends today, and you guys have the same conversations, you watch the same football team, and no one's conversations evolved, no one's actually getting smarter, better, faster, stronger, richer, how do you expect that impact deeper, impact greater? So how actually do you do this? Okay, quit going on YouTube or Facebook or however you're watching this and listening to stuff like this. Get excited or pissed off, whichever it does, whatever emotion it creates. Quit doing that to do nothing. Even if it's one little thing. Think about weight loss. Okay, what if it's just you cut out the soda and drink water? That will be a change. But you can't do it for 3 days. You got to do it for the whole damn year. All right. If your money's not right, quit going to the mall. Quit buying dumb shoes. Okay. Quit taking trips. Discipline yourself. Discipline and motivation are way different. It's easy to get motivated. You go to church on Sunday, you're all jacked up, and then on Monday you change. You listen to some content on YouTube, and you're all jacked up, and then you change. You go to the gym, and you're all pumped up, and you get there, and then you don't do it again. Consistency. That's what discipline is. Discipline isn't about denying yourself things. Discipline is not about taking away things. Discipline is not about stopping yourself from things. Discipline is about consistency. Discipline is doing today something to move you towards your dream, tomorrow, the next day, compounded over time. Okay? Every successful person I know, it didn't happen overnight, even if it looks like it. It was 25 years before that. All right? It was 25 years of reading, writing goals out, moving forward, making sales calls, talking to somebody, knocking on doors, getting no's, learning, okay, I have the confidence. You stand in front of a stage. There's people that could not sit in this chair and talk to a camera, even though I can't see anybody on this other side. They get so freaked out. What if I say something wrong? Okay? They get so freaked out about that, they can't actually have a conversation. They couldn't even record themselves with their phone. They get nervous about it. They can't role play with themselves. But they want to be a CEO. They want to be worth millions. So what are your dreams? Okay, so like, are you actually writing them down? We had a client in today, said, hey, his goal is $40 million in real estate over 5 years. Okay, over 5 years. So if you're gonna have that in 5 years, and let's say you're at 0 and you got no money, some people would look at you and laugh and say, that's a pipe dream. Yeah, it ain't ever gonna happen. Or you actually say, okay, if that's the dream, what do I have to do today on a Thursday to get that a little bit closer? Okay, Cameron, you see that size right there? It's Cameron's size. Okay, how to get that close to go a little bit more the next day and the next day. You cannot take a day off. You can't be on vacation. Even when you're on vacation, your mind should be thinking about, how do I get that? How do I acquire that? What do I have to do today? How do I build muscle to handle the stress and pressure of running a business or going after a big dream? And when you go after it and the world smacks you in the face, because it will, okay? It's like going to work. You're already 10 minutes late, you get a flat tire. This is how the life works. So when that stuff happens, where's the gym? Right? And that's why when you go to the gym, successful people have a coach. They have a coach. They have a mentor. They have someone saying, hey, here's how you do it. Here's how I did it. I'm going to help you. I'm going to pull you. Okay? Watch that big head of yours, Cameron. Cameron's trying to do some magic right here.
I know. Try it.
He's never been that low in his life. Okay? Comfortable there? He's comfortable. So, if it's a real goal that you're going after, you won't lose sight of it because you've tied it into a reason why, right? And whatever that reason is for you, it should be important enough that you don't take a day off. Even if you physically have to stay away from the gym, your mind can grow. If mentally you can't, I can't absorb any more information today, you can go work on some of the skills to actually practice those skills. So if you got a job that's paying you money and you work 9 hours a day, 10 hours a day, and you go home, and then I'm like, hey, I'm gonna spend 3 hours with my family. You're gonna sleep 7, 8 hours. Like, there's some time in there that you could either physically, spiritually, emotionally build yourself up so your muscle, your capacity, your bandwidth, your discipline, your consistency can grow. Because you typically are one conversation or one decision away from having everything in life you want. Right? And I will tell you, an experience over a possession, I take that all the time. But you can't have those experiences. You can't go on those trips. You can't go meet people. You can't have a conversation if you don't believe in your future outcome. I did math the other day, and I'm going to teach this next week. 7 years ago, when I took investing in myself with an intent, not like random. What do I mean by random? Sometimes you go buy a book for 20 bucks, you read it for a little bit. That's an investment in yourself, but you got motivated for a moment. Or maybe you saw something on Facebook online and you buy something and you go do a course one time. I intentionally said, hey, I'm going to invest money in myself every year to get an education I didn't get from school. They don't teach you this in college. My mom and dad didn't have this education. 7 years ago, every year consistently, I'm getting an average of a 5x return from the dollar I spend to personal income. So if I spend $1, I make $5. Okay? Now I've been able to prove that over 7 years. So when I spend 100K, I made 500K. All right? When I spend 250, start doing the math. Right? As of this year, I've got 300K, and it's only November. I still got another month and a half right now. I've got 300K of money I've already spent this year on self-education. Okay? So if I can prove this math out over 7 years, that is not random now. I need to figure out how to spend $3 million next year. Shit, 30 million. Like, somebody give me $30 million. Let me borrow some money, Cameron. Okay, sell a kidney. I don't know what I can get for that. But if that's the case, if I can prove that math out, which I have over 7 years, it's just an equation. So what skills do I need? Because that's going to be a different version of me. If I can invest $3 million on education, okay, and what does education look like at 300K? It's being in a room with someone who's done 100 times what I've done to ask a question. It's taking people with me to put them in an environment so they can ask a question. It's making sure that not only do I have access to read or listen to something, but I'll have a relationship with someone. And yeah, absolutely, sometimes you've got to pay to have that relationship. Because if it was free, some of these people would have too many people around them, they wouldn't even know what to do. So the cost is the gate sometimes to be able to get in that door. We're getting to the end of the year. And if you're not clear where you want your life in 5 years or 7 years or 10 years, because your 10-year goal will never happen. Okay? We're gonna do an exercise this week with our clients that Cameron and I have done before, and some of our other guys have done. And it's powerful because it makes you think way differently. Okay? But your 10-year goal won't happen. Because if you can rewind 10 years right now, 10 years ago, I lived in a different state. I had a different family situation, different house, different cars, different friends, different people, different businesses. I didn't forecast where I'm at right now. All right? You can't think that far in the future. You think you can, but just think about, let's go back 3 years ago. I bet your life is different now than you thought 3 years ago. So Get clear. This is your time of year. You're hitting the holidays. I already hear Christmas music. We got Christmas tree at the house. Okay, freaking tree looks awesome, by the way. You got to see our tree. Brooke's all freaking out like there's some. I'm like, I can't even tell what's wrong with it. It looks perfect. It looks like it should be at the Biltmore. It's a perfect tree. But holidays, everybody's pressing the brake a little bit. They're spending their money on buying some bullshit. Okay, nobody needs more stuff. Okay, they don't need more, toys. I mean, once they got an iPhone or iPad, they don't need anything else. People need more experiences. You need to be uncomfortable. If you're going to spend money on your kids, why don't you take your kids and take them somewhere you've never been with them, and you've never been there. Don't go to Disney World again. You can do that anytime. How about take the money? How much you spend going to Disney World, by the way? $2,000?
Yeah.
Okay. Take $2,000. Go to Prague. Take your mom to Prague instead. Mom, we're canceling Disney. We're going to go to Prague.
I would love that.
Okay, and we're going to get uncomfortable. We're gonna just go somewhere we don't even know where we're going and figure it out. Get uncomfortable, and see the conversations change. Okay, see what happens when you aren't in a familiar space. That's how you grow. Okay, or take that money and call someone up and say, hey, I want to come spend a day with you. What would that take? Like, get uncomfortable. But this is the time of year when everyone's putting a break. You should be thinking about next year. What 365 days of actions do I have to move towards my 3-year, 5-year, 7-year, 10-year plan? That's the only way you're going to get there. So when we say grow or go, you grow or die type thing, I don't want to die anytime soon, but I do know that your mind decays if you don't use it. Your body decays if you don't use it. Your skills decay if you don't use it. So if you're working a job for a paycheck and you don't have the car at the house, the vacations you want, it's because you're working a job for a paycheck. Because you're not actually trying to be irreplaceable. You're not actually going on your own, investing money on your own to get new skills. And if you are, how many days a week are you trying to execute? Okay? Are you trying to actually say, hey, I know that's not my job, and I'm going to go do that anyway, because I'm going to prove to myself that I'm taking ownership in everything I do. You can look at someone's car, open the door in their car or their house, or watch them at work and see what they value. And most people are so worried about their Netflix special they're going to have to watch later on. They're in a hurry to clock out. I remember someone telling me recently that he's like, man, you should come to work and watch. He's like, at 4:59, everybody's looking up, and at 5 o'clock, everybody stands up and walks out. No one says anything to anybody. They just stand up and walk out. Like, I never know what time it is. I don't even know. Like, I didn't know today was Thursday. Okay, Cameron was here till what, 9 o'clock last night?
Yes, sir.
What time did you get here? 9 o'clock in the morning?
8:30.
8:30 in the morning, here to 9. He probably left there a little bit in between. I didn't ask him to do that. Okay, I'm surprised he went home so early. I don't know why. I don't know why he has a bed. Shit, let's just live here. Okay, because you should have more work than time.
Considered it a couple times.
Considered it, yeah. All right, and it's not about, well, what about my family? Your family should be part of your mission. They should be included. All right, it doesn't mean they have to show up to work with you, but they should be supporting you. Like, if I come home and I'm in a bad mood, I wish my wife would say, hey, leave, come back later. Okay, yesterday I got home a little bit late. I said, hey, I told her. She tried to come outside. I was like, hey, I need a few minutes. Okay, I looked at a couple emails. I'm like, I can't come in the house till I solve this. So, what skills do you need in 2024? What people do you need to be around? What questions should you be asking? Because if they haven't evolved, you got the same circle of friends. If you look around your best 5 friends and your top dog, I'm not talking about money. What about them? They might have a better emotional stance. Their faith might be better aligned. They might be better at relationships. Like, if they're not pulling you forward, you might not have the best circle. And if you're not looking for better people, if you're not trying to become the better version, like, I don't want to like last year's Aaron. I don't want to like him. All right? I feel like this has been the best year for me personally in a lot of ways. And I'm pumped about next year because I'm going to hate this year because the next year's going to be so much better. It's only going to happen with intention. That's pen and paper. That's actually not saying some catchphrase on motivation or sharing a bunch of stuff on Facebook and rah. It's actually about maybe being inspired for a moment, but then take action. Not Monday, and not on Tuesday, and not on Wednesday, but every day. All right? I'll give you an example right now. Brooke and I were with some friends in New York City this past weekend. Went and saw the show Hamilton, which is pretty awesome. We saw UFC 295 in Madison Square Gardens. It was really awesome. We had a freaking amazing meal at a 3-star Michelin restaurant. You're talking about a crazy weekend for 2 nights. That's it. All right? We did everything and came back. Like, that's enough for me. Okay, it's great to recharge. We're getting back late. UFC ended late. 5 in the morning, I'm in the gym. Some people would say, hey, sleep's important. My habits are more important. All right? The workout wasn't even great, but it's the habit. It's the habit. Because consistency is going to win over time. You can invest $10 a day for the rest of your life. That's going to be way better than $100 occasionally, $1,000 occasionally. Consistency is what wins. Okay? Next thing you should do as you're thinking about next year's goals and challenges in front of you, how much did you move the needle this year? Okay, let's say you're a business owner right now. You're a business owner. You made $100,000 in gross last year. Did you go to 200 this year? Or did you go to 120? Maybe you want to own a business. You have this idea. I actually had someone tell me yesterday at dinner, okay? And I wish I could pull him aside privately. He says him and his business partner have this business and they have too much business, okay? Who wants that problem? They say they have too much business. And it's a side hustle. It's not their main gig, okay? He told me he had a 75% margin. It's pretty damn awesome. They made $200K in gross sales this year. Only 2 people, okay? $200K in gross sales. So then I started doing the math. That's $150K in profit. That's $75,000 in extra side hustle money. That's a pretty damn good side hustle. And so I asked him what the process would be if he could scale it up. And he tells me what I hear from every business owner: can't find good staff. Every time they find somebody, they all flake out. Okay, but if you could, would you? Because I think I could take that business, if it's what he's telling me, turn him into a business owner. Because right now he's just self-employed. He's not a business owner. He's self-employed because he's actually the labor. And he's not getting younger. And he has another job. If we turn him into a business owner and we scale it properly, which means you have to sometimes take a step back. You retreat to gather the troops so you can go to attack. And you go from 200K to 2 million in 1 year. How would you do that? Cameron, what do you need to go from 200K to 2 million? See, he's learning right now. He don't even know. If he don't know, y'all don't know. What do you need to go from 200K to 2 million? Damn, I gotta be a better teacher. My son has let me down. People. And they said they can't find people. Well, maybe he's not the best fit for attracting and finding people. And by the way, if they have 2 people right now, Cameron, to go to 2 million and they exit the company, how many people does he really need at $2 million?
Sorry, I'm listening to
He can't listen.
It's because I'm listening to your rebroadcast.
How many people does he need if he exits?
Yeah.
At 2 million, how many people does he need on the team?
At 2 million?
Yeah.
8.
Yeah, he needs 6 to 8 people.
Yeah.
Which means he needs to hire 16. If he believed in the business enough, he would hire 16 people today to know he's going to keep 8 to 10 to do $2 million. And he'll still make the same amount of money and never have to do any of the labor. Then he has time. Think about this, because he has kids. Now he has time. He complains he doesn't have the time. Now you have time and you have money. But it won't happen if you won't scale fast. Because he's had that business for a decade. Okay? So, you should be writing down. I don't know how to do this. I need this. I need that person. I need to attract this person. This is what I do. I start thinking about who do I need to attract in my circle that have something I don't have so I can have the skills so I can hit the 40 or 50 or $100 million. It's just math. Okay? So, 2024 is coming fast. Thanksgiving's next week. Christmas will be here before you know it. Then it's New Year's. And then you're gonna be here next year. Thanksgiving. Same money, same people, same problems, same challenges, because you didn't go to the gym to lift the right kind of weight. What is that weight? You need to be able to handle the right kind of stress. You need to be able to spin a lot of plates. You need to be able to handle a lot of negativity coming at you in this world. But because you're so sold on where you're going, the staff member who's poo-pooing on your ideas or your friends who are saying you're never going to make it, you don't need to go prove them wrong. See, that's low-level thinking. All right? Someone that's very near and dear to me, aka someone who's related to me, just went through a breakup. again. Okay, tough being the young guy and having love. Okay, and he's like, I'm just not going to care anymore. I'm just not going to care anymore. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, not naming names or anything. Okay, might be my son. I don't know, but so I'm just not going to care anymore, right? And I'm like, you know what? That's actually the wrong way to go about it. I'm not going to go try to change who I am to go try to not feel something. And actually, in revenge isn't even necessary in the stuff like this. And also, you don't need to prove someone that you're better. You know what you need to do? You need to go live your life, be the person you know you're designed to be, move towards your potential, and let people do their thing. Because anytime your motivation is to try to like show someone you're worth more, or you're going to shut down your feelings and emotions, you stunt your growth. So in reality, what you should be doing is forget other people's opinion of yourself. You got to live with yourself. Like, I love my family, my mom, my dad. I love my mom and dad. I love my wife. I love my kids. You know, like, the reality is, when I die, I'm going alone. Like, I want my dad to think good things about me. I want my wife to think good things about me, but I'm going to the grave by myself. I gotta like myself. I gotta be, when I know it's my last breath, I gotta be happy with the man I am. And if I worry about trying to make everyone else happy, but I make myself miserable, I've been there before, that ain't good for nobody. You're gonna be self-destructive. So when you're going after skills, when you're trying to move forward in life, you have to so soul in your belief in where you're going. You're willing sometimes to let people go in your life, and you're not trying to prove yourself right to them. You're knowing you're working towards your potential, and one day they'll either have their potential reached, or they'll fall off and you won't even know them anymore because they won't know you. They'll say, oh, you've changed. You're not the person you used to be. Yeah, we're supposed to. It's called evolution. We're supposed to get better, smarter, stronger, faster. You get one walk on this earth. You get one walk. Why would you not want to think about, dream about, go after the absolutely craziest, best version of yourself? And what is that, right? For me, I'm gonna tell you mine. Okay, I want success in life. And what is success? To me, success is freedom, where I don't have a clock on me. I don't have a wallet on me. I have my mind that stops me from whatever. I want to go spend time with Cameron, going to dinner somewhere to have a conversation, I can do it, right? I want to give somebody a crazy thing to maybe give some inspiration. You know, yesterday, and I haven't told anybody about this, by the way, I gifted somebody something yesterday based on a conversation that I had a long time ago, a few months ago. I listened. I'm not good at this always. I'm very reactionary. Cameron's seen this part of me. That's probably one of the worst parts of me. Okay? I'm always trying to protect myself because I've been harmed a lot. So I hear something and something triggers in me and I'm very reactionary. I don't like it about me. Okay? I can blame the red hair. I can blame that. And reality is, I've taught myself that behavior. Okay? As a kid, I've taught myself that behavior. Now I gotta unwind 30, 40 years of self-taught behavior of, I hear something, I want to go protection mode. And then I can be very harmful with my words, with my actions, to the people I love the most, my friends, my family. I don't like it about myself, right? And it's freaking hard to try to, and I can't, like, it's tough. It's probably the weakest part of me, right? And as a leader, I want to change that, okay? So I'm trying to listen, not to respond, because that's what I do a lot of times. I'm trying to listen to understand. I'm teaching that because I'm trying to work on it. Sometimes I do it good. I had a conversation with someone, I listened, understood, I connected some dots. I'm like, all right, I know I can trade success, aka money, time, freedom, to do something for someone they would not probably do for themselves, to maybe spawn something in their life that everyone can benefit from. Right? Sometimes it's an experience, sometimes it's actually something tangible. So what are you chasing right now for the big goal, for the skills you need, coming up with the new year while everyone's freaking coasting and chilling out, thinking about where they're going for the holidays, thinking about just hanging out with their family, they're gonna hang out with their in-laws they're miserable about, okay? They're gonna spend some time not actually doing anything other than sitting on their ass, eating a bunch of food. If you do that, be intentional too. Okay, if you're gonna go gorge, freaking go all out, baby. Enjoy it. All right. I'm not saying don't spend time with your family. I'm saying just make sure you don't have to press pause on your life while you do that as well too. I would love to see you guys. I know some of you guys will be in person here this weekend. I'd love to see you guys here, but I feel like my purpose on earth is to not to be your buddy, your friend, and tell you what you want to hear. Oh, you're doing such a great job. When you're making the same money you did last year, and you have the same friends you did last year. And by the way, if you have the same friends, maybe you're all growing together. That'd be awesome. But you go to a conference, you read books, you're trying to get better, and they don't. Are they pulling you back? Do you believe in your business? Are you willing to take actions? Met with someone last week, gave them a whole blueprint for success. Sent a text yesterday, I didn't get a response. I'm assuming they didn't take any action. So, are you just saying a bunch of fancy words to sound motivated? You want to be on social media and look cool? You want to look cool? Your pictures are perfect. You have better pictures than people who are actually making millions of dollars, and you make $10,000 a year, and your pictures look freaking awesome. You're wearing designer shit. You look awesome, but you hadn't actually sold anything. Okay, you sold one house this year, but you look like you're selling 50 million. All right. Do you just want to look successful, or do you actually want to go be your best personal self? And that could be better relationships, better faith, better money, better impact, better legacy. Go get those new skills, all right? And if we can help you in any way at Rise, let's do that. And even if I don't motivate you and I just piss you off so you take action, good. I like it. Sometimes we need to be pissed off, all right? See you guys in the future. Write your goals down. The pen is mightier than the sword.